Hello guys, hello everyone, welcome to Workout Wednesday. Good to have you all back. I recognise a few of the names that have been joining in for the last few weeks, so good to see you guys. Just going to type a quick message just for those who aren't following the live video stream, just to engage those a second. Hope you are all ready to work hard. Smiley face. Alright. Good stuff. So, couple of minutes, well no, not a couple of minutes, couple of seconds more like. 45 seconds till we kick off. So, if you're sat in the pits now and you're pedaling, cool. If you're not pedaling, that's cool, no stress. The session hasn't even started yet, so don't worry about warming up just yet. So, Mr. Tomek, hello, hello. Hello, Mr. Pap. Just going to give another text instruction. Just another text instruction there to those who aren't following this. Lovely. Lovely, right then, and we're off. Workout Wednesday, hosted by yours truly. Good to be here, or glad to be here. Hope you're all ready for a fairly tough workout. We've got, again, it's a 56-minute session this, but I think it's equivalent to what you could achieve on a 3-hour club run in a group. So it's a really smart session, making the most of the time you have available, and it's a typical session that you should be completing during the winter time, so in your off season. So just in the warm-up phase at the moment, so just ticking along, slowly warming up and getting a bit of a sweat on. Now this session isn't an explosive session, so there's no need for an explosive, real tough warm-up. As long as you've got your heart rate elevated, you've got a bit of a sweat on, and you feel like you are, your muscles are warmed up to a certain extent, we're good. There's no need to be, puffing and panting, doing any big sprints or anything to warm up for this session. It's a fairly steady one. So we've got 4.5 minutes left of the warm-up, and this is the easy bit. So make the most of it. It's a nice gradual warm-up. So it's slowly over the 6 minutes that we're warming up, it will slowly get harder and harder, and then we'll have 2 minutes, really easy, just to recover, and just kind of get ready for the session, for the main bulk of the session. So today's session, it's a sweet spot based session. So what is sweet spot? So sweet spot is a zone, or kind of a range of watts, or range of power output that we train at, and it's kind of below your threshold, but right at the top of zone 3. So if you're familiar with what your zones are, or if you know your FTP, hopefully you'll have it in Zwift. But it's your top end of zone 3, bottom end of zone 4 is what we call sweet spot. And it's that area that we spend a lot of time in that zone riding, because you're not hitting your threshold, it's not taking too much out of you, but you get a lot of stimulus, your muscles get stimulated quite a lot, so you get a lot of training benefits. So it's kind of regarded as you get a lot of bang for your buck, if you like. It's just real quality session. And the main benefit of riding a sweet spot is it develops what we call your aerobic base. So base miles, kind of what you should be doing in the winter traditionally, is spending a lot of time riding steady state, nice and easy, or steady, just developing that real raw endurance. Now, not everyone has the luxury of spending hours and hours and hours out riding their bikes 4 or 5 times a week. So this session, within less than an hour, I'm going to promise you the same physiological benefits as you can get from a 3.5 hour club run, all within 56 minutes on Zwift. And the session is the main bulk of the session involves 3 12-minute blocks at this sweet spot zone. So there's no need to try and calculate what your sweet spot is. FYI, it's 88 to 92% of your FTP. I think Zwift is, I calculated the session based on 90%. But all those figures are kindly calculated for you by Zwift and displayed right in front of you on the screen. So for me, you can see based off my FTP, it's giving me a gradual warm up, so I should be doing around 240 watts right now. But for someone who's got a higher FTP, you could be warming up at 260, 280, whatever. Or if you've got a lower FTP, you could be warming up at 150, 160, whatever it is. That's one of the benefits of workout mode in Zwift. It's one session, and it's applicable to every single person in the world. Anyone can jump on this session, and it's going to give you benefit. So we've got another minute left in this warm-up, and this is just the easy part of the session really, before we have 2 minutes recovery. And we're going to spend 36 minutes in total riding at this sweet spot. So that is a long time, that's a prolonged period, but we're going to break it up into 3 12-minute blocks. So we're going to get 36 minutes of real quality effort. That's broken down into bite-sized chunks, so it's not too challenging on the head and the mind. And of course, with all the stimulus the Zwift provides us, there's lots of visuals here. If you're following this this broadcast on Facebook, you'll obviously be able to hear me and see me as well, so lots to keep you entertained. So guys, 2 minutes easy now. 2 minutes nice and easy. So hopefully you've got a bit of a sweat on, and you can feel you definitely put a little bit of effort in there. Nothing too challenging, because after all it is only the warm-up. But hopefully you're feeling like you're going to be ready to make some good efforts. So in a minute and 30 time, we're going to start our first 12-minute block, and for me that means riding at 260 watts for 12 minutes, which represents 90% of my FTP. So for those of you who are sharp with your maths, I'm sure you can work out what my FTP is. Not this a secret or anything. But again, we're going to ride for 12 minutes at sweet spot, and that's at your chosen cadence. So again, if you feel comfortable, if your natural cadence is 80 revs a minute, that's where you should be riding. If your natural cadence is up towards 100 revs a minute, you ride at that cadence. This is your chosen cadence. We're going to do 3 blocks in total today. The first and the last block are your chosen cadence, and they are really working on just developing your aerobic base. So a real general kind of fitness building session or effort. And the middle 12-minute block, that's going to be completed at a low cadence. So guide is 55 to 60 revs a minute, and that's going to really focus on building your strength. Okay guys, so first effort, here we go. This is the first 12-minute block. So I want you to settle into your rhythm, find that power output, and you should be pedaling at your, try aim for your chosen cadence, so wherever you feel comfortable. And this is top end of zone 3 and the bottom end of zone 4. and just settle into this rhythm. And it should feel like an effort you can maintain for quite a while. So if you had to, you should be able to do this for 30, 40 minutes, 45 minutes at a time without causing too much trouble. So just kind of check your effort there, kind of calibrate yourself. If you're doing this now and you're feeling like it's a real challenge, on the left hand side you'll see two little arrows. You can adjust the percentage of your FTP that's applied to this session using those arrows. So if you find it a bit hard, a bit tough, hit the down arrow, and that's going to reduce the power output that you're required to produce. And if you're feeling fresh, feeling good, and you want a bit more, hit the up arrow. But I'd counsel against that just now, because we're only just starting the session, so early days yet. You know, into the second and third block, if you're still feeling good, that's probably the time to start playing with the up arrow. And again, in the UK or anywhere really that's in the off season, so Northern Hemisphere, or if your off season is now, so you could be anyone really with goals in June, July, August time. This is kind of your typical build phase. So you've got a couple of options on how to go about building in the winter or in the off season. And it's this age-old debate about lots of miles, lots of base miles, or is it more high intensity, kind of HIIT training? And depending on who you ask, will depend on which is the best approach. But I just think spending 3 or 4 hours out on the road when it's really cold, that's going to take a lot out of your body. That's really going to stress your body. But if you compare that with a short, sharp hour session like this on the indoor trainer on Zwift, in a warm environment, you're going to get a lot of physiological benefits to your legs and your cardiovascular system without all that time spent just sat on the saddle, out in the elements, getting cold. So you should be, it basically helps you to be efficient with the time you have available. And that for me is why the Zwift is so great. You know, I've come home from a day out on the road with work today, got back, wasn't that motivated to do anything, could have easily sat on the sofa and watched. I'm watching Power at the moment. That's my chosen TV series on Netflix. It's pretty good if you're looking for something to watch. You know, I could have spent the whole evening slobbed out on the sofa watching Power. But then with the alternative of jumping on Zwift, you know, I'm riding with all you guys. There's 112 of us on here. It's pretty social. It's a good bit of banter going on between you, I can see on the chat. It's just such a motivator. So rather than say slobbing out on the sofa, I'm working out. I'm completing a sweet spot session with you guys, working on my aerobic base and just getting fitter to enable me to become stronger and more powerful later in the season. So again, this is a vital part of pretty much all cyclists' training really, this session. We got someone just saying, it's Jerry, a friend of mine, telling everyone to attack me. It's very kind of you, Jerry. Just like you'll probably do to me come the first race of the year. So we got someone there commenting about their cadence being too low. Again, this part of the session isn't at a prescribed cadence. So I wonder whether your FTP is set too high, so it's asking you to produce too much power and you're just struggling to maintain. So what I suggest is drop the percentage on the left hand side. Just gonna send a message. Drop the Pardon me guys, just trying to help a fellow Swifter out. Just to explain what's going on here, we've got someone who's saying their cadence is stuck too low, so they've been forced to ride at too low cadence, so they're pedaling too slow. Now this session isn't prescribing at any particular cadence, so it's not trying to revert you to any particular cadence. What's happened is the rider in question, I think his FTP has been set too high, so when he's been asked to ride at this power output, he's struggling, so he can't produce the power, so the Zwift is asking for more and he just can't produce it, so as a result his cadence just goes down as he tries to draw more power. That's good guys. So we've got 4.5 minutes left here of the first block. Hopefully you're feeling like you're working now. Heading towards the end of this first block, you should definitely have a sweat on. The heart rate should be elevated and fairly consistent now as you're settling into your power output that Zwift is prescribing for you. And again, behind the scenes, this session is forcing your body to produce more mitochondria. So this is the slightly science bit. So think of mitochondria, which is a small part of your cells. It's in pretty much all of the cells in your body. That's the powerhouse of the cell. So that's the part of the cell that helps convert the nutrients that you feed it, so your food, into energy. And then it's obviously that energy then that we use to produce these 260 watts for me. Obviously the more mitochondria you've got in your body, so the greater the mitochondria density, as they say, the more efficient you're going to be at basically producing energy. And riding at this power output, so in your sweet spot, is again bang for buck, the most efficient way to increase your mitochondria density. It's really time efficient. And as I said earlier, this session you can either go out on the road for 3.5 hours in the elements and kind of develop your aerobic base that way, or you can be smart if you're time strapped and do it on Zwift and complete some short, sharp, specific efforts like we're doing today. So again, today's session is 56, third time lucky, 56 minutes long. I'm gonna suggest to you that you're gonna get the same, if not more, physiological benefits compared to what you would during a 3.5 hour road ride with a group. Because a lot of the time there you spent in the wheels, freewheeling, not really doing too much work. Whereas here, you're really You're making the most of every minute we're spending on the bike. And our philosophy is all about training smart, not more. Now, of course, there's a massive social element to riding with your mates on the road, with the club run, and that can't be ignored. You know, that is part of the sport, part of the culture. Going out with friends, riding the club run, cafe stop, going up some big climbs, waiting at the top of hills and all that. There's definitely a place for that in the sport, and this isn't a session that's going to completely replace that. However, it's a perfect session to supplement those long road rides. So, you know, chances are we can all get out on the road for those long road rides on the weekends, maybe once, a Saturday or Sunday. We can't really do it much more than that. Other life pressures, work, family and so on. So this is a perfect way to get those same benefits in less than an hour. Okay guys, 20 seconds left. And that's the end of our first block. Awesome. Hello Alex. I just seen you asked a question and Johnny's jumped in and replied, but yes, it is live, so hello. Okay guys, and now we rest. Now we rest. So we've got 4-minute rest in between. And here it is important that we do rest, okay? There's no benefit. In fact, you'll generate an adverse effect if you ride too hard in this bit, because you won't recover properly, and you won't be able to complete the next block of sweet spot properly. So again, this comes back to my comment at the start about we're not trying to train more here and out-train people, just trying to train smarter. Just try and train smarter than everyone else, or smarter than you did last year. You know, a lot of this is you know, people set themselves personal goals, and we're just trying to better ourselves. And the sure way to do that is to be smart with what you do. So nice and easy guys, and take a drink. Hope you've all got your Zwift essentials, water, fan on high, and a towel. So we've got 2 more minutes left guys. 2 more minutes left easy, and then we're back into our second block. Now, there's a slight difference between the first block and the second block, and that difference is cadence. So the first and third block are identical, so the final block we do today will replicate exactly the first block that we just completed. But this next block now, so the middle block, second block out of 2, there's going to be a difference, and that is the cadence, where we focus. We're going to ride at a low cadence, and the target is around 55 to 60 revs a minute, and that's to give us a focus on our strength. So we're going to try develop our strength in this session, as well as our aerobic base. Now the primary objective of the session and outcome we're going to achieve is, or the benefit is, development of aerobic base, so we're going to become a fitter athlete. There's a side benefit, there's going to be a small increase in strength, so pedaling at a low cadence, we're going to engage more muscles as we pedal more efficiently around 360 degrees of the stroke. So when you slow your pedaling down, you can really think about each section of the pedal stroke. So just thinking, right, isolate your legs, so right leg, pedaling down, we're going to push down with our quads, scoop the pedal around the bottom, engage on our calf, then drag the pedal up, which is engaging the biggest muscles in your body, your hamstrings and your glutes, huge muscles, and then just squeezing that pedal around the top of the stroke, again engaging your calf. If you can manage to focus on those different muscle groups around the whole pedal stroke with both legs, you're going to engage more muscles, you're going to stimulate more muscle fibers. Okay guys, settle into this. So again, engage more muscle fibers, which is going to create, or this is going to lead to muscle growth, and you just have bigger, stronger muscles. And that is the first step really in becoming a better cyclist. Developing your aerobic base and becoming strong. Once you're strong, we then become powerful. Once you're powerful, we become fast. And once you're fast, and you've been through those phases of developing power, strength, speed, you've got a big aerobic base, that's when you taper and you really perform. So say you've got a big event, whenever, say July. The last week or so is going to be a taper. So a week out from your event, you rest up, back off, and just let your body recover. And get ready for your event. And before that taper, there'll be a focus on speed. Before that, it'll be your explosive power. And before that, it'll be your strength. But just thinking that through logically, you can't be a powerful athlete, you can't produce that explosive power, say kicking out of a bend in a race, or coming off the start line in a time trial, or say you're going up a steep climb in a sportive. Sometimes you've just got to produce a lot of power, explosive power, just get up that climb quickly, just get up over it. And how can you produce those explosive efforts if you haven't got raw strength? You can't. And then taking that step further, looking at speed, how can you be a fast athlete? So how can you travel across the ground fast unless you're powerful? You need that raw power, which comes from your strength, and able to produce speed. So it all starts here, guys, with today's session on Zwift. You've got 9 minutes 40 left for this second block. And again, this is at a low cadence, guys, so it's still in sweet spot. There's a comment. Just trying to give some motivation. Some of the guys on here were struggling a little bit. So again, there's a lot of science and a lot of theory behind these sessions. So hopefully you're all getting the hang of this now. So again, we've got a comment there saying, I'm not sure the point in blowing out my legs. Someone else is saying it feels too easy. So guys, there's two great examples of where you can use the arrows on the left hand side. So if you're finding the session a little bit easy, you can press the up arrow, and that's going to increase all your power outputs for this session to make it a little bit harder for you. If you're finding it a little bit hard, you hit the down arrow to make it a little bit easy. And again, that's not wussing out or being the hard man and training, just getting more efforts done. Use those hours to be smart, okay? If you're feeling tired, you're not quite on your A game today, just hit that down hour. Make it a little bit easier for yourself. No point in killing yourself, okay? But if you're feeling really good and you feel like you're not really getting too much out of the session, then you can hit the up arrow and just give yourself a little bit more resistance and make your session a little bit harder. Keep that body still, guys. Well done, Philip. So Philip's declared he's going to try more power. Good man, Philip. Hello, Timbo. He said it's his first session, first group workout session. So, yeah, welcome, Tim. Thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good workout. We've got someone else there who's saying they've just got a Tax Neo, or just got the money for Tax Neo, so they're going to join next week. I hope you do. Every Wednesday, guys, Workout Wednesday, led by yours truly. And each week, we're making sure we get the most out of the time we spend on Zwift. So every session will have a purpose. There'll be a reason we're doing all these efforts. To make sure that every minute we spend on the turbo and on Zwift, yeah, has a purpose and we're getting something out of it. You know, in the winter, traditionally we spend a lot of time riding steady, getting these base miles in. Well, that theory is quite out of date now. You know, the idea of going out on a club run and spending, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours riding steady, you know, the kind of the benefits there have been, yes, researchers suggested that's not the best, or it's not the only way to spend your winter. So again, what you're trying to do in the winter is just build your aerobic base, which kind of, think of that as fitness. So what you'll feel after training your aerobic base and becoming, yeah, increasing the size, is you'll feel fitter and like you're able to train for longer and train harder. And that's really the foundation of a good training program. A good structured training plan should start with building your aerobic base, then your strength, power, speed, and you taper for the big day. Well, I'm getting warm, guys. 4 minutes 15 left of the second block at a low cadence. And again, this low cadence work is bound to feel strange. It's not natural to be riding at this low cadence. So if your knees hurt a little bit, it doesn't feel great, if any aches and pains, you can just ease back a little bit and complete the session at the same power but a higher cadence. So just revert to your normal cadence, 80, 90, 100 revs, whatever it is. Again, you'll still get a lot of benefit out of this session. You just won't quite work on as much strength. You'll still be building your aerobic base really well and really efficiently. All that talking's been, yeah, it's catching up with me a little bit. That's good, guys. Just soak it up now. Again, just because we're into the last couple of minutes of this second block, doesn't mean we should be riding any harder or any easier. Just stay in that zone, guys. Stay in that zone. Nice and efficient. Smooth. Keeping your upper body still. Let all that power transfer come from your legs. So hips down. And again, you're trying to, at this low cadence, really focus on pedaling around 360 degrees of the stroke. So engaging all the different muscles in your legs to become a more efficient, or to develop a more efficient pedaling stroke. And if you nail that at a low cadence, when you then revert back to a more normal cadence, you're going to be pedaling with more muscles. Literally, there'll be more muscle fibers that are being recruited to turn the pedals around. So you're becoming a more efficient, stronger athlete. There's no beating around the bush, guys. It's not easy. It's pretty tough. And it feels pretty alien. But within 56 minutes today, that's the length of this whole session, we're going to get more training benefit than you would out of a kind of your average 3.5 hour Sunday club run. Bang for your buck, guys. This is the way to do it. Okay guys, 50 seconds left. Oh, hi Anthony. Good to see you. Good to see you. How you been keeping, okay? He's got a shout out on Facebook, I think it was. Good job guys, 30 seconds left. "15 seconds, guys." Okay, and recover. And relax. Good job, guys. Good job, everyone. Well done. Whew. If you need to relieve yourself a little bit, get out the saddle, stretch your back and that. Obviously feel free. A little bit of a stretch. Good job, well done, well done. So that's two out of 3 sessions, or 2 out of 3 blocks we've done now. So we're just going to try and recover now, nice and easy, before we complete the final block of the session. So you've got 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes now, easy riding. 12-minute block, sweet spot, where we're on it. We really commit, and then we have 5 minutes cool down. Got a message from Graham there. Graham, shout out to Graham. Graham's one of our coached riders at Rowe King, and he's asking where's our Rowe King jersey. Well, Graham, email me the email address that you've got your Swift account registered to, and I'll speak with the guys at Swift very nicely and see if they can allocate it to you. Got a message there from Andy Rugby, saying he's really enjoying the session. Good man. I hope you're committing to the zones and getting stuck in. But he has got a complaint, and that is Danny, so the king on the jersey. It was Rowe, so Luke Rowe, my brother, who was for Team Sky, and the king part is from Danny King, who won gold at the London Olympics, who's now my wife, so she's called Danny Rowe. But she has actually turned, overnight turned Welsh from English. So we've lived in Wales for 5 years now, so it's not as if it was an overnight job in reality. And we're living in Wales for 5 years, been heavily supported by Welsh Cycling, all the staff. And yeah, so she's going to compete for Wales at the Commonwealth Games in April. Greg says he's hooked on riding. Aha, Greg from Finland, I see. Good man, Greg. Great to have you on board. Oh, we just had a bollard in the middle of the track then. Mr. Holtum. Okay guys, final block. Final block. So let's make sure this final block is exactly the same quality as the first two. Just because this is the last block doesn't mean you can ease up or no skive at all. This is equally important and all adds to the overall effect or the overall benefit of this session. So the combined cumulative effect of the three efforts, there's a lot of synergy, so 1 + 1 + 1 kind of equals 4 here, right? Timbo saying great commentary. Very kind, thank you very much. Oh, that's good guys, feel the burn now. Just soak it up. Soak that effort up. So this one's at your chosen cadence. So we're not so much working on strength here. It's literally a pure aerobic capacity development session. Sounds a bit of a mouthful, that. Aerobic base. Base, 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 base. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left for this final block. And for a little bit of variety, just try varying your hand position. So in the majority of this session I've ridden on my hoods, which is where I spend most of my time out on the road when I'm training or racing. However, you know, it's a good idea to spend a bit of time with your hands placed on the tops of your bars, like when you're going up a climb, or on the drops when you're really going for it. Because there are subtle differences between the different leg muscles and different parts of your body that you engage and that you stress holding different parts of the bars. So when you're on the drops, for example, it's more of an aggressive position. Just going to put a little bit more strain on your back and your neck as you leaned over, trying to raise your head to look up. And if you never practice that in training, come event day, whatever that may be, or just out on the road, it's going to feel quite alien and you may just get a little bit of a stiff neck or something. I'm just going to send another quick message to the group, guys. Eight minutes 30 left, guys. So I'm sure you can all feel yourself really sweating here. And it's vital that you replenish those liquids. So mid-effort, make sure you keep drinking. Just top yourself up on those liquids, because we'll be losing it at a really quick rate. That's awesome. I'm sure after a couple of minutes of the first block you didn't feel too much strain, but no doubt now, a couple of minutes into the third block, with that cumulative build-up of stress and fatigue, you're going to be feeling it a bit more, which is good. That's how it should be. And these last 7.5 minutes now, just keep focused. You're going to let all the power come from your waist down, all through your legs. It sounds daft, but what I mean by that is you don't want to be holding the bars really tightly and pulling and jerking your body like that, generating force from your upper body. You want to let it all come from your lower legs, all come from your lower body, sorry, from your legs. Keep your body still, guys. Got to keep that body still. So pain is gain, guys. That's my motto for today. Pain is gain. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You're going to get off this, get out of this session later, jump off Zwift, and you're going to feel $1 million, I guarantee you. You've just completed, or you've almost just completed, 56 minutes of pure quality. It's a real efficient session, guys. Well done. So 5.5 minutes left, guys. Just keep focused. Stay on it. And just soak that effort up. Just absorb those watts. Like a really efficient machine. A trained athlete, just sitting there, just pumping those legs around, producing those watts, and just absorbing that workload, just soaking it up into your legs, just breaking down those muscles, safe in the knowledge that as soon as we finish this block in 4.5 minutes time, the recovery process starts and we start getting stronger. I am sweating. I think I need a bigger fan. Okay, so Kerry's asking what percentage of FTP are we aiming for here? And the answer, in each of the 12-minute blocks, we're aiming to be riding at what we call sweet spot. So that's the upper end of zone 3 and the lower end of zone 4. So on Zwift, that translates to 90% of your FTP. So if you're watching here, you can see I'm riding at 260. Absolutely. So, Thorn, thank you very much, sir. You just answered the question for me very easily. So heart rate, don't worry about that. This is a power-based session, so So based on your personal FTP. So we're all working at 90% of our FTP right now. And that 90% of your threshold is the zone where you get the most bang for your buck in terms of developing your aerobic base. So if you're in the off season now, you're just trying to develop your aerobic base and get fitter for later in the season, this is the perfect session for you. And likewise, if you're mid-season and you don't want to peak too soon, rather than doing top end intervals all the time, you can train smartly. And again, rein it back slightly and complete a session like this. So just maintaining your form. So in the season, this is great for maintaining where you're at. In the off season, it's great for building your aerobic base. So literally 12 months of the year, guys, this is a great session for you when factored into a structured training plan. 2 minutes to go, guys, 2 minutes. Awesome, guys, awesome. Minute and a half left, guys, minute and a half. Well done. Just make sure we finish on a high, guys. Just stick right in that zone. Just keep it there. Keep your cadence smooth. Final 60 seconds. Don't let it all fall to pot now. Just hold it there. Hold it there. "44 seconds left. And this should be digging in now, guys, because this is going to be 36 minutes in total that we've completed at this sweet spot effort, which is no mean feat, guys. You know, you would have worked just as hard as you would on a 3-hour club run out in the elements. This is a super session for developing your aerobic base. Really efficient, no time wasted, and good fun at the same time. And if you're struggling or feeling good, we can tweak the session with the hours on the left hand side just to make it work for you. Awesome, warm down time. Warm down time. Right, let's go send a few wide outs. So guys, just send a couple of ride outs to a few people now. Now I always think when you've done a hard workout and someone sends you a little thumbs up, just helps that a little bit. Just someone's acknowledging you, saying, "Good job, mate. Well done." And you know, we're all in it together. It's a tough session. We all committed there for the best part of an hour, and we know it's not easy. So let's share the love, as they say. Okay, that'll do. So guys, The only thing for us to do now is spin the legs out for the next 3 minutes, and then we're really in the cool down phase. The cool down phase is super important because you would have done a lot of damage to your muscles there, produce some lactic acid, and there'll be a lot of toxic going on around your system in your legs. So this is going to start flushing those toxins out of your system and start that recovery process. So we're going to carry on riding for 2 minutes 45, nice and easy. Literally, you can't go too slow now, guys. This is just the easy bit. And then we're going to get off, and we're all going to give ourselves a pat on the back, text our mates to tell them how much training we've done and how good we feel, just to wind them up a little bit. Tell them about this session, guys. Spread the word. We're going to be running this workout Wednesday, every Wednesday, 7:45, right here on Zwift. That's 7:45 GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. That's it, London time. Obviously, you can join anywhere in the world. The more, the merrier. Let's try to get some momentum with the session, guys. Maybe a different session next week for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. I'll certainly enjoy it now when I'm in the shower, haven't had a protein shake. I'm starting to recover. So I'm gonna, that's my plan now. Shower, protein shake, because I've already had dinner. It's knocking on 9 o'clock now in the night. And then watch some Power on TV series, and just chill. Just chill. But any comments, guys? Any comments, thoughts, ideas? Just drop them either on the video you're watching now. Drop them in the comments there, or you can email me. It's Matt. So my name's Matt, and the email address is contact@roweandking.com. ROWEAND King.com. Always looking to improve and, you know, offer Zwift riders a better experience. I think we got something really cool here the Zwift are doing for us. Thank you, Stu McGowan, saying great commentary, much appreciated. I think we got something special here. Thank you, Steve. There's Steve Fry there, give me a little thumbs up. Steve from M2 Sports Management. So yeah, it's a great session, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Start that recovery process now, and a well-in, chill-out evening or day or whatever, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. I can't keep up with everyone. There's a lot of flags on the go here: Welsh, Japanese, American, French, Portuguese, German, Scottish. What else you got there? American. There's always an American. There's always a Brit. But no, thanks for coming, guys. I'm going to clock out. Over and out.